All right, let's dive in. Today we're focusing on ESFJs.
You know, those folks who just kind of radiate warmth.
Exactly, often called the providers.
Yeah, they really do live up to that name, don't they? Always there to lend a hand, super organized.
It makes you wonder, what makes them tick? Luckily, we've got personality NFT's insights to guide us.
Great resource. So ESFJ, it stands for extroversion, sensing, feeling. Judging from the Myers-Briggs world, right?
Yeah, the MBTI. A way of understanding how we see the world and make choices. Not a label, more like a framework.
Right, exactly. Helps us see the strengths and maybe some blind spots each type has.
16 types in total, if I recall.
That's right. And each one unique.
So, starting with E, extroversion. What makes an ESFJ so extroverted? More than just being outgoing, I guess.
It's where they get their energy, being around people, interacting. That's what fuels them. Love social settings.
Ah, so they're the party starters, not the wallflowers.
You got it. Now, S for sensing, that means present moment focused. Facts, details, not so much abstract ideas.
Like, my ESFJ pal never forgets a birthday. And their gifts. Always practical. Stuff you actually need.
Classic ESFJ. Not the type to get lost in daydreams, more about what needs doing.
Makes sense. So, grounded in reality, what about that F for feeling?
Ah, that's where that caring nature shines. Decisions. Impact on people comes first. Values matter more than pure logic.
So they're the peacemakers. The ones making sure everyone's happy and included.
Exactly. Harmony is key. It's genuine, not about being a pushover. They just really put people first.
And lastly, J for judging. Doesn't mean they're judgmental, right?
Nah, not in a negative way. It's how they approach the outer world, organized, planned. Love structure, lists, schedules.
Ah, the color-coded calendar folks, the perfectly arranged pantry crew.
Bingo. Order equals comfort for them. Less stress lets them take care of themselves and everyone else.
Start to get a real sense of the ESFJ personality now. But hold on. I've heard there are subtypes even within this type.
Right. Just like, no two people are identical, even if they share a type. Personality NFT, they break it down further.
Like flavors of ESFJ. What's the difference?
Okay, picture this. Surprise party planning. The assertive ESFJ, they're leading the charge, delegating, calm under pressure.
Okay, I can see that.
Then there's the turbulent ESFJ, more likely to stress over every detail. What if something goes wrong,
Both want it to be great, but handle the pressure differently.
Exactly. Connects to another model, too, the Big Five. One trait it measures is neuroticism. The assertive ESFJ, lower score there. More emotionally stable. The turbulent one might score higher, more prone to worry.
So even within ESFJ, there's a spectrum. Fascinating. But what's at the heart of it all? What drives this caring and organizing?
Deep down, it's that desire for harmony, for taking care of others. Strong sense of duty, empathy, that's why they're called the provider.
Not just tasks, it's the genuine care that shines through.
Exactly. Making a difference in people's lives, that's what gives them purpose.
So beyond outgoing, organized, empathetic, what else stands out about ESFJs?
They're the loyal friends, always supportive, listening ear, practical help, celebrating your wins, comforting you through tough times. They crave stability and harmony for themselves and their communities.
The kind of people you want in your corner, for sure.
Absolutely. Plus, enthusiastic, encouraging. Ever have that friend who's always your cheerleader, no matter how small the goal? That's an ESFJ.
Got this great overview, but what's happening underneath? How do their minds work? This is where cognitive functions come in, right?
Bingo. Mental processes, how we perceive and process information, like a team of specialists up in the brain, each with a job.
So for ESFJs, who's the team captain?
Dominant function, extroverted feeling, or FE. They're wired to understand and respond to other people's emotions.
Is that why my ESFJ friend always knows when I'm upset, even if I try to hide it, like a sixth sense?
Spot on. Super attuned to the emotional atmosphere, want everyone comfy and cared for. But FE's got back up their auxiliary function, introverted sensing, or Psi.
So if Fe is external feelings, Psi's more about internal sensing. Would even I ask that?
Think of it like their inner database. Experiences, knowledge, all stored up. Values, tradition, routine, learning from the past.
That's why they're so good with details, procedures, creating stability.
Exactly. It's like Faye wants everyone happy now. CO draws on past knowledge to make it happen smoothly.
Powerful combo. Makes them dependable, reliable.
Absolutely. But there's two more functions, right? NA and T.
Hold on. Remind me, dominant, auxiliary. What's the hierarchy again?
Like a ladder. Dominant, strongest, auxiliary supports it. Tertiary, that's NA, less developed. And inferior, T, least conscious for them.
Got it. So NA and T, what roles do they play on the team?
Nay is the brainstormer, sees possibilities, connects ideas, adapts to new stuff, helps them step outside the comfort zone, consider different viewpoints.
Their spark of creativity, open-mindedness.
You got it. Then there's T, introverted thinking, logic, analysis, reasoned decisions, understanding complex systems.
But if it's inferior, they don't use logic much.
Not that they can't, it's just not their go-to. Faye and Sai are at the wheel most of the time. Tai shows up for problem-solving, organizing projects, but takes more effort.
Personalities are way more complex than I realized.
They really are. An intricate dance between these functions creates the unique way an ESFJ experiences the world.
Before we move on, gotta ask, how do these functions develop over time? Do ESFJs just pop out fully formed?
Nope, it's a journey. 3 phases, think of it like that. Childhood, dominant phase front and center. Those super social kids, eager to please, sensitive to moods.
Little helpers, always trying to make you feel better. They're Faye shining through.
Exactly. Adolescence hits, Sai starts developing, brings in organization, responsibility, respect for tradition.
So maybe they start enjoying planning, keeping things tidy, taking on leadership roles. That's structure.
Spot on. Then, as they mature, tertiary Na and inferior Tai, they can emerge more. Adds flexibility, depth to their personality.
Amazing how it all interacts, evolves over a lifetime. Makes you rethink how you understand people.
It really is a fascinating area of study and key to truly grasping those ESFJ nuances.
Okay, so we've mapped out the ESFJ mind. But what about Graith? Where do they go from there?
Good question. Remember, it's all about that extroverted feeling leading the way. Outward focus, others' needs first, beautiful strength, but...
Yeah. There's got to be a catch. Too much focus on others. Doesn't that cause problems?
Think of it this way. That ESFJ friend, always the shoulder to cry on, the one organizing everything, helping out, might forget their own needs, you know? Boundaries can be tough.
So they end up feeling taken advantage of, maybe.
Could happen. Learning to say no, prioritizing their own well-being, big part of growth for them.
Makes sense. You also mentioned developing those other functions. How does that fit in?
Right, so yeah, that introverted thinking. Getting stronger there helps them make decisions not just based on feelings, more objectivity.
So being able to analyze, stand up for their own beliefs, even if it rocks the boat a bit.
Exactly. But isn't that like going against their natures? They love harmony.
Right.
Not about changing who they are, more like adding tools to their kit. If you're right-handed, learning to use your left doesn't make you less right-handed, just more versatile.
I like that. So well-roundedness, not a total personality makeover.
Right. And that Na, the extroverted intuition, got to tap into that too. Helps them see different perspectives, brainstorm, be open to new experiences.
Stepping out of that comfort zone, that's growth too.
Huge. Challenges assumptions, broadens horizons, might even uncover hidden talents they didn't know they had.
You know what about looking inward? Not exactly an ESFJ's strong suit, right?
True. Outward focus is natural, but introspection, super beneficial, even if it takes effort.
So carving out time to reflect, understand their own needs for once.
Exactly. Finding balance, realizing self-care isn't selfish, it's essential.
This is giving me a lot to think about, not just for ESFJs, but myself too. Okay, switching gears a bit. What about hobbies? What do ESFJs gravitate towards?
Well, connecting with people, making a difference, that's key. So volunteering, right up their alley.
Yeah, that tracks. Makes sense.
They thrive when they contribute to a cause, see tangible results. Soup kitchen, fundraiser, helping a neighbor. It's all about making a difference for others.
But what about fun stuff? Not just helping.
Remember, Sai, that love for tradition, familiar things, might find them baking grandma's cookies every holiday, tending a beautiful garden.
Those comforting rituals, creating stability through shared experiences.
Exactly. And let's not forget the social side. ESFJs, they're often the life of the party. Game nights, potlucks, just gathering folks for a good time.
Keeping everyone connected.
Yep. And they might enjoy making things too, arts and crafts or activities that keep them active, hiking, dancing, team sports, that sort of thing.
So it's giving back, honoring traditions, connecting, staying active. Quite the mix.
And all of it feeds into their growth. Outlets for creativity, social connections, tapping into different parts of themselves.
Okay, we've painted this picture of the ESFJ world. Now how's it all play out in their careers? What's the ideal work environment?
A place where they can use that empathy, those organizational skills, structure, clear expectations, teamwork, that sense of community.
So not a chaotic, super competitive atmosphere.
Probably not their cup of tea. They need that supportive vibe, working with people towards a shared goal and their work. Got to be meaningful, making a tangible difference.
Okay, makes sense. But any specific careers that stand out as good fits?
Oh, yeah, tons. Personality, NFT, they've got a whole list. Healthcare's a big one. Nurses, therapists, counselors, that sort of thing.
Yeah, hands-on care, connecting with people on a personal level, perfect fit.
Absolutely. Education, too. Think of that warm, encouraging teacher, knows everyone's birthday, goes the extra mile for struggling students.
I can picture it perfectly. Patient, organized, genuinely care about those kids.
Exactly. Could also be great administrators, keep things running smoothly, make sure everyone feels supported.
So healthcare, education. What else is on the list? Starting to see how versatile they can be.
Human resources is popular. Mediating conflicts, creating positive environments, supporting employee growth.
So they bring that harmony and care from their personal lives into the workplace.
Exactly. Could also be fantastic event planners, project managers, detail-oriented, keep things running smoothly.
So we've got healthcare, education, HR, event planning, anything else?
Oh, there's more. Social work, customer service, sales, fundraising, ministry, even law enforcement.
Whoa, law enforcement. That's a surprise. How does that fit in?
Might seem counterintuitive, but remember, strong sense of duty, protecting others, upholding justice, ensuring safety, making a positive impact.
So it's not just about being nice. It's about doing what's right, creating a more just society.
You got it. And their ability to connect, build rapport, de-escalate situations could be really valuable in those roles.
This is so fascinating. Really makes you think differently about what certain types are supposed to be drawn to.
Right. That's the beauty of exploring personality, always expanding our understanding.
Well, we've covered the ESFJ career landscape. Now, let's get personal. How do they handle relationships?
Relationships. That's where their heart really sings. Deeply committed to building strong, caring connections, prioritizing loved ones' happiness, going above and beyond.
Okay, break it down for us. Romantic relationships. What's it like to date an ESFJ?
Devotion, loyalty, top of the list, stable, harmonious home life, they're all about that. Willing to put in the work.
So commitment's no biggie for them. They're in it for the long haul.
Absolutely. Thrive on connection, intimacy. Nurturing that relationship is key.
And communication, how's that work? They're supposed to be good at it, but how does it show up in a partnership?
Open, honest, expressive, encourage their partner to be the same. Fantastic listeners really want to understand the other person's view, even when things get tough.
So they can handle conflict, work through disagreements, not just sweeping it under the rug for the sake of harmony.
Oh, they'll address it head on. But with empathy, looking for solutions that work for both sides. Communication is key. That's their motto.
Makes sense. Okay, what about friendships? What kind of friend is an ESFJ?
The always there for you kind. Loyal, supportive, celebrate your wins, shoulder to cry on when things go south.
Remember your birthday? Show up with soup when you're sick? Always down for an adventure. That kind of friend.
Spot on. Cherish those friendships, actively nurture them. And they're the organizers, the ones bringing people together, creating that sense of community.
Heart and soul of the group, it sounds like.
Often are. And that warmth, that dedication, it carries over into parenting, too.
Okay, so I'm imagining warm, nurturing, but with structure, clear boundaries.
Exactly. Loving, dedicated, that's an ESFJ parent. Structured, supportive home life. Kids feel safe, loved, encouraged.
Cheering at soccer games, helping with homework. Always ready to listen.
Yep. And setting those expectations, teaching about responsibility, respect, contributing to family and community.
Creating that harmonious family dynamic where everyone feels valued.
Absolutely. And they're great role models, too, teaching by example with warmth, empathy, and practicality.
Okay, before we move on, gotta see how this plays out in the real world. Any celebrities who embody the ESFJ type?
Oh, yeah, tons. Jennifer Lopez, Taylor Swift, Sarah Jessica Parker, they're all thought to be ESFJs.
Wow, quite a diverse group. What ties them together?
That warmth, that outgoing, caring nature, dedicated to their work, strong work ethic, genuine connection with fans, classic ESFJ traits.
Fascinating how it shows up in different fields, different ways.
It really is. Speaks to their versatility, their ability to adapt.
All right, we've covered a lot of ground here. Personal growth, hobbies, careers, relationships, it's all connected.
We've seen how that unique blend of empathy, practicality, and that drive for harmony shapes their lives.
But our journey isn't over yet. We've got one more stop to make in the ESFJ world.
And now, for something a bit lighter. How about we see these folks in action through the lens of pop culture?
Oh, I like this. So we're talking those characters, always there for their friends, offering advice, a shoulder to cry on.
The ones who just know how to make you feel better.
Exactly. Like That reliable coworker, the super supportive best friend, the parent who always knows how to fix things.
Yep. Often the heart of the story, those characters, reminding us about connection, community, all that good stuff, and embodying those classic ESFJ traits, right?
Okay, spill the tea. Give me some examples. Which fictional folks just scream ESFJ?
Well, one that pops up right away, Samwise Gamgee from Lord of the Rings. The ultimate ESFJ friend, wouldn't you say? Loyal, supportive, always putting Frodo first.
Oh, perfect example.
Okay.
So steadfast, always encouraging, even when things are super dark. That unwavering belief in Frodo, their mission, so inspiring.
Right. Shows how ESFJs can be both incredibly caring and strong. Now, switching gears to female characters, any come to mind?
Well, I'm a big Friends fan, and I've always thought Monica Geller fits the bill. Super organized, loves taking care of everyone, wants that perfect, harmonious home.
Classic Monica. And for a more modern take, what about Leslie Knope from Parks and Rec? Passionate about her community, always helping, thrives as a leader making a difference.
Love Leslie. So enthusiastic, so dedicated. Like her whole purpose is spreading joy, making Pawnee the best it can be.
And that drive to improve things for everyone, that's a big ESFJ motivator.
It's amazing seeing these characters through the ESFJ lens. Like I understand them on a whole other level now.
That's the power of personality, right? Gives us these new insights about ourselves and the people around us.
And speaking of, earlier we mentioned ESFJs are pretty common, right? A good chunk of the population. Why do you think that is?
Well, think about it. Their traits, they line up with a lot of what we value as a society. Cooperation, empathy, community involvement. They're the glue, often, in families, friendships, communities.
So it's like we need those folks who prioritize others, work towards harmony. That's why they're so prevalent.
Could be. It speaks to how much those qualities matter. In building strong communities, supportive networks, it's like we recognize deep down the value of those who nurture and care.
Well, I think we've successfully navigated the ESFJ world. Their strengths, challenges, motivations, even their pop culture presence.
We've seen how that blend of empathy, practicality, and that dedication to harmony really makes them stand out.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, what's the takeaway for our listeners? What's the next step on this journey of self-discovery?
Well, remember, all this great info comes from Personality NFT. They've got a ton of resources on their website, blog posts, even a personality test. Figure out your own type, you know?
That's a great point. Knowing your own type, it's super insightful. Helps you navigate relationships, careers, even just personal growth with more self-awareness.
Couldn't agree more. And if you're really hooked on this stuff, check out their Substack. Great community there. Folks talking all things personality.
So much to learn about ourselves and everyone around us. This ESFJ deep dive has been a blast.
Totally. Hope you've gained a new appreciation for the providers, all the awesome things they bring to the table.
Thanks for joining us on this exploration. And remember, learning about personality, it's an ongoing journey. Keep exploring, keep connecting. There's always more to discover.
Until next time.